Welcome to, let me just, you might laugh about this. It's like, what is going on? Welcome to the Soul Infused Monday show. Just had to click something real quick. Officially welcome to a new episode of Soul Infused Monday. And as every Monday, if you're here right now watching this live or on the replay, if you're on the replay, leave a comment below, say hello, click the love and like button, and tell me that you're here. And tell me what you're watching from. I'm curious to hear, where are you actually in the world? Leave a comment below. And in just a moment, I'm going to dive deeper into today's topic, the top 3 tips for deeper connection with yourself and with others. And if you're new to my show, my name is Sonia Bueno de la Torre, and I'm here to help you fall in love with yourself again and to feel confident, vibrant, and free to express your authentic voice in the world. So if that's you, welcome. And let me dive in right away by asking you to do something. And what I'm asking you to do right here, right now, is to pause, slow down, and take a deep breath. You might even want to close your eyes for a moment. Stop, pause, become present, and take a deep, deep breath. Breathe into your nose, exhale, and let yourself drop into your body. And now make a decision to remove any distractions that you're having right now, right here. And in the next 20 minutes, whether you feel very disconnected at the moment, and last week I talked a lot about loneliness, whether you are feeling disconnected right now, whether you feel you have a good connection and you want to improve it, or if you feel like deeply connected in any area of your life, these next 20 minutes will definitely help you to take your connection to the next level. Excuse me. And if you're just jumping in, let me know you're here. Click the love and like button and take one deep breath. One deep breath. Ways to deeper connection. And here's the thing. I believe that a lot of today's pain and suffering in the world is because we are so disconnected. A lot of the pain and suffering all over is there's a disconnect within yourself and within each other. So this topic is extremely crucial, regardless if it's for your own connection, for connection with a loved one, or if you want to connect on a bigger scale by you sharing your gifts in the world and expressing yourself to make a difference in the world. It all is connected to connections. And obviously I cannot dive into the topic as deep as I would like it to be if I would have more time. And there are way more tips than 3. However, I'm going to share those 3 that you can implement, and I'm going to dive deeper into this topic and in some of the tips that I'm going to give you in my upcoming self-love bootcamp that I'm going to mention later on in this show today. So let me start with the top tip, not number 1 tip, and you did it already, is the breath. And before you just think, oh my God, yeah, I know this, oh, this is no news. Like, no, pause again, connect to your breath for a moment. And why is breath one of the ways for deeper connection? Is because breath, if you are consciously focusing on your breath, you're connecting with yourself, you're connecting with your body, you're present with yourself. So the number 1 thing that you can do, I'm sharing the ones that you can implement right away, is your breath. Again, take a deep breath right now, right here. And let yourself connect with yourself first. If you want to connect deeper, you got to connect with yourself in order to connect with others. Let me share you a quick story that happened to me last week. In general, lately, you know, I'm dealing with some hormonal changes, and I've been working also through some layers of an old wound that were coming up. So I had like a, you know, up and down, some challenges, looking into things that I love doing, if you know me. And there was a day that I had to handle something very challenging. And I handled it in a good way because I had to be honest about something that it's never really easy when we feel it's challenging. So I did that, and even though I felt really great about doing it, I also felt a sense of sadness, heaviness, and combined with the hormonal stuff that was going on that day, I felt a little bit depressed, a little bit like low energy. And I felt a sense of being alone in that moment. And I'm sharing this with you because it was the topic from last Monday, but there's a point in me sharing this with you. I went out of the house because I had to grab something, and I took a moment and I was sitting on a bench. I was sitting on a bench in front of a coffee shop that I know there. And I was just sitting there, just by myself. And have you ever had a moment where you just sit somewhere for no reason and you just contemplate about your life? And you ask yourself in that moment, what am I doing here? And what's actually happening? It's just that moment of, huh? Have you ever felt this way? Let me know. If you ever felt this way, let me know. I'd say yes. In that moment, I chose to tune deeper in, what am I feeling right now? And I was like, well, actually this very moment, I feel lonely and a little bit depressed. So I was just holding space for myself, and I was like, what am I going to do about it? And I knew I could totally handle this by myself. And at the same time, I chose to call a friend. I chose to call a friend, and he actually picked up the phone, because you never know, right, nowadays. So he picked up the phone and he asked me, hey, Sonia, how are you? And there was a moment of me taking a breath, and I said, you know what? I have a moment of feeling lonely and depressed. I just wanted to share that. And I did that because I knew he was someone that would be able to hold the space without giving me good advice or coming up with some stuff that I really didn't need. I really just wanted to have that connection and that moment of, hey, someone is holding the space for me besides of myself. And it gets even better, because then he said, where are you? And I said, well, where I was? And he said, hey, I'm in town in that place. You don't know where it is, but come over. And I didn't have a lot of time because I had work to do, but I said, okay, yeah, I can do that. And I come for a hug. So I drove there, met him for a hug, a long, nice, holding hug. And then we just talked for a couple of minutes, and I went home. And that made such a difference. And I want to break it down what the important pieces are here, is because these are the tips or the ways that you can create deeper connection within yourself and with others. First of all, I gave myself permission to feel what I was feeling without judgment and blame. So you want to hold the space for yourself, because that creates connection with the truth. And the truth is always going to set you free. And then I reached out. I reached out and I was honest about how I was feeling. And I also reached out to someone that I knew. He's a coach himself. He's a very good friend. Like, I knew that he was able to handle what I was sharing with him in an empowering way for me. So sharing, connecting, reaching out and being honest, and then also ask for what you need. And that takes a lot to, it sounds simple, but sometimes it's like when we feel a certain way and we want deeper connection, often there is a barrier. There is like, we are holding ourselves back because we are ashamed, or we are in pain, or we are scared, and we don't want to reach out, even though we want deeper connection. Does that resonate with you? Can you relate to this? That you want deeper connections, but yet you know you are holding yourself back. It's you that, and you're kind of like in this struggle, and yet you know deep inside that when you reach out and you ask for help, that it helps to move the energy and to create connection so that you don't isolate yourself. Let me know if you can relate to that. So, and I'm sharing this story because that's a good reminder of there are certain things that we can do that can help us shift energy quicker. And you don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to do it all by yourself. You are not alone. So let's recap. Number one, breath. Take a breath. If you want deeper connection with yourself or with others, take a deep, deep breath. And allow yourself to hold the space for yourself and to be present. Because one of the reasons we are so disconnected is we are so scattered. There's so much going on in our lives. It gets faster. Technology, more devices, more quick. Who takes the time really to sit and be present with the one thing or the one person that they want to connect? And let me know if you have any questions. And I'm just checking in here real quick. Emily, Ida, Jody, hi Sandy, Pamela, thank you Pamela, Sandy, Darlene, fantastic. This is awesome coaching, Sonia, thanks, you're very, very welcome. And if you have a specific question about how to, the connection, deeper connection, leave a comment below. I'm here another 5 minutes. So, besides of that, what you can also do, and that's a big one, and that's one that takes more work or might not happen overnight, but one of the ways to create deeper connection is to open up your heart. Open up your heart energetically. And there are certain ways to do that, and there are also certain layers you get to work on in order to open up your heart deep energetically, to be available emotionally as well. Oh, I see a few people on Instagram. Hello. And opening up your heart, that really means that you gotta tune in and to heal the wounds from the past that created that closure, that block, that wounding in the first place. Then it's also about learning how to create your own space and to learn how to set healthy boundaries so that your heart is actually protected when you are opening it up. And you get to resolve and reprogram or, release some of the old beliefs that are keeping you from opening up. For example, fear of rejection, fear of being hurt, the belief it's not safe to be open and vulnerable. There's so many layers, and that's where the deeper inner work comes out. And in the self-love bootcamp that I mentioned, I'm also going to share with you a very powerful energy exercise that I get to teach. It takes a little longer in a group. And if you want to know more about it, or if you resonate, or in general you want to hear more about the Self-Love Bootcamp that I'm super excited to launching this year again, write the word Self-Love Bootcamp, leave it as a comment below, and I will share with you more of the details. So, open up your heart, and even the intention to open up your heart will already help you to create deeper connection. So, the breath, the expressing and sharing honestly, and opening up your heart are 3 beautiful ways to create deeper connection within yourself and with others. So I'm going to take a moment and see if there are any questions. This is awesome. Deep when we get together, and today we are finally seeing each other. Yes, I'm excited. Okay, I'm excited to Jolene. If you have a question, let me know. And if you resonate with the whole journey of falling in love with yourself again, creating deeper connection within yourself, within others, and opening up to a next level, and you are really ready to commit and to get help, I invite you to join the Self-Love Bootcamp. It's going to be amazing. It's an 8-week course. If you want to know more about it, if this resonates with you, leave Self-Love Bootcamp or only Bootcamp. Don't overcomplicate it. Bootcamp in a section here below, and just leave it below here. Even if you only want to know a little bit about it, even though if you don't know if it's the right fit for you or not, I'll either way always happy to connect with you one-on-one, helping you to take your next step, especially if you are here following me on the Soul Infused Monday show, because I'm here to help you to shine bright, to feel confident, and to really heal those wounds that are keeping you from expressing yourself and from living your best life. And I have an extra tip for you, or maybe even a few quick ones before I leave. And recap 1, 2, 3. Yes, I recap 1, 2, 3, Emily, no problem. Number 1 is breath. And even though it sounds so simple, it's one of the most powerful ways that you can create connection, because first you got to connect with yourself. If you want to connect with your children, with your husband, with a friend, you got to be connected with yourself first in some way. So take a deep breath and take a time to slow down, stop, bring your energy back in, turn inward, connect to your body, connect to your breath. Become present, bring the energy back in. That's number 1. Second one was sharing and expressing how you're feeling and opening up honestly to someone that can help you, someone that can hold the space for you. And I know this is a little bit challenging sometimes, so you gotta do the inner work, and yet these are the steps that you can do right away. And the third one was, what was the third one? The third one was opening up your heart energetically. And therefore you get to do certain things like clearing the woundings, reprogramming the beliefs, dealing with the fears, and being able to open up and create boundaries and space so that you are actually safe and you feel safe and protected to have an open heart with the people that you love, with life, with yourself. So these are the 3 tips. You're welcome. And as you are still here watching and or at the replay, tune in for a moment and let me know, what is the most valuable thing you are getting here? What are you hearing me say? What are you getting out of this? What is your biggest takeaway? Leave a comment right here, right now. And you're not only doing this for me. What I found so incredibly powerful, that's why connection is community also. You want to connect, you want to have a community, you want to have a tribe. When you share your biggest takeaway and someone reads it, it is supportive and helpful and empowering as well. First, it empowers you and it helps you connect by you expressing. And you give another person the opportunity to tune into your takeaway, and they might realize, wow, yeah, that's a really great takeaway. So take a moment right here, right now, live or on the replay. Just do me that favor. Take a breath, slow down, become present, and tune in. What is your biggest takeaway? What is the most valuable thing you are taking or getting out of this today? And leave a comment below right now. And Verna, hi Verna, great to have you on the show. Verna is saying, reaching out is difficult if you're feeling down. I know it helps, but it's hard to do. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about earlier in the show, that it's a challenge, and therefore also you get to do some of the deeper inner work that gets you to a place where you are actually able to do that. And sometimes you just want to overcome it. Sometimes you do it anyway. And you overcome that resistance. And you can even start by saying exactly that. You reach out to a friend or to your coach, to a therapist, to anyone in the community that can hold your space. And you say, hey, I do not want to reach out right now. It's really a challenge, but I just wanted to do it anyway because I know it will help me. Do you have a moment to listen to me? Super powerful. So it's not going to happen overnight. I keep saying it does not happen overnight. It's a process. It's an inner work journey. And again, if you want to take a next level, if you want to take a next step, and you resonate with me and my work, leave the word bootcamp in the section, and I tell you how you can take a next step. And even if the bootcamp is not the right fit for you, I will help you to find out what's actually really holding you back and what is your next best step. So leave the word bootcamp below, do it now, even if you're only slightly curious. And I will reach out to you and I will help you find out what's your next step to take right here, right now. Sandy saying her best value is just getting out, connect with yourself first. Great, great, great insight. Connect with yourself first. And if you are a mom or if you're in a relationship, if you want to connect with your children or with your spouse or girlfriend, husband, whoever that person is, take that moment, that breath, that connecting within yourself first in order to create a real deep connection. That's going to take your intimacy and your connection and your relationship to a totally different level, I tell you. Emily, isolation is very painful. It is a pattern I am breaking. It happens faster every time. Yes, thank you, Emily, for sharing. And Emily, and I know Emily, she has been working, she's committed, and what she just said is so crucial. It happens faster over time. Every time you keep working, like the inner work is not easy. You know, I'm transparent. I never pretend it's super easy. 3 quick steps and then, oh, we're all fine. Otherwise, this world would look a different place, you know, like would be a different place. But the more you do it, the more you're committed, the more you stay on it, the faster it goes. The shifts are quicker. You are less in pain, less in suffering, because there's always going to be pain in our lives. But suffering is really optional. So thank you for sharing that, Emily. Super valuable. Mel. Hi, Mel. Connecting to ourselves can be as simple as taking a breath. That's a great takeaway. Great takeaway. Thank you for sharing. Anita is saying, focusing on the breath as the first level of connection. Yes, I love it. You guys are awesome. You're getting it. Cindy, connection with self had to do a lot of inner work to get there. Yes, I know. The inner work, I'm in love with inner work. Inner work will change your life. Inner work will set you free. Inner work will make you fall in love with yourself. Inner work will create abundance, freedom, joy on a level that you might not even believe it's possible. So again, if you are a person, if you're someone that is committed to the path, that is committed to making this rest of this year the best year and to really create a breakthrough deep inside, leave the word bootcamp in the comment section and I will share with you how you can do that and what your next best step might be. Okay, Verna, you're very welcome. Jody, I realized that yesterday I had an experience like you talked about. I took a walk, connected with a friend. It helped lift both of our spirits. Yes, thank you, Jody, exactly. Yeah, and what Jody just said, I want to emphasize, it's not only uplifting you, generally it's for the both. So that's how you really create a ripple effect in the world. This world needs more connection. This world needs more love, connection, presence. So you are doing this for yourself and at the same time you're contributing to the world. Darlene's takeaway, reaching out can be so therapeutic for me. This show reminds me to keep that in my awareness and act on connection more often. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, I extended a little bit longer, but I wanted to check all your comments. If this was valuable to you, please share this show with a friend. Create connection with someone today by sharing this show, sharing your takeaway, sharing your love, and come back next Monday for a new episode of Soul Infused Monday. And I can't wait to create deeper connections with you over and over and over again. Much love.